Yeah, this is where TV studios did the Corky Nelson show here.
The first production we were assigned was a panel talk show, and Don Singleton was the TV production professor, and he kind of ran it down. Okay, it's going to be this many cameras, here's the set, it'll be a couch, it'll be a desk. Call it whatever you want, call it montage, call it garbage. Well, what do you think we called it?
Garbage.
It was garbage. Welcome to another edition of Garbage. This is the part that
Still
was
smells
familiar.
You ever have to make an 8mm film? Yeah.
And
Cheat on the editing and just go from one shot to the next.
edited in the camera. That's how Steven Spielberg, he shoots in
There you go.
sequence.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, my 8mm was what now would be seen as a music video
Yeah.
to the Simon and Garfunkel song At the Zoo.
Oh, really?
And I shot it at the Fort Worth Zoo.
Still have it somewhere?
No. That's long been buried.
I've still got mine. I can't remember if it's mine or Kelly's production of To Live and Die in Denton. And it all looked pretty cool. I had to commit some sort of terrible crime and escape in my Ford Fairmont. The only thing that made it look really unstable, well, one, that it was a Fairmont, and then two, I had done a Wiley Pirates game on Friday night, and some cheerleader had painted the back windshield so it said "Go Wiley" on on the back window of my car as I drove off as the
puzzled
as the
audiences.
bad guy.
Sure.
That made it avant-garde. And
That film still exists. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to put it on the website.
maybe between the third and fourth quarter,
On the
see what
scoreboard?
Mac thinks of that. What is that? Get that off of there. Can we go down and look at the station? Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Can we run down it?
This wasn't here.
Wow. That's neat. That's cool.
That is incredible. So I don't need to ask where your cart machines are, because
Nope, they're down the, we have some down the closet.
today's
so-
student would say, what's a cart machine?
Exactly.
Wow, that's nice.
So in the day, George or Craig would have been sitting here, and fake caller Craig or George
On the
would have
machine
been
right
on
there,
that phone.
right? Yeah.
This is actually where the Mean Green Radio Network is produced on our.
Okay. Right there.
Boy, that's a lot of pressure on whoever's sitting right there. Can't miss 1 second.
Hey there.
Francine.
Hey, Francine.
Hello, Francine.
Yeah, good to see you again. What? It's the great Dave Barnett.
Hi, Francine. Nice to meet you.
You'll be hearing his voice a lot here in a couple weeks.
So she's live, and we're disturbing her show.
You can't
Just to
face
be clear.
Francine. She's a live performer.
Yep.
I guess I knew that. Oh.
And it's 86 and partly sunny at DFW Airport.
That girl. Pro. You too.
Hire this woman.
Yeah, this is the exact room we did the Corky Nelson show, and then the studio, like all the black and white equipment, that was like a little bit further down, right?
Let me give you a little tour of Dave's memories of this room. This was the backdrop of Garbage.
Oh, this was
The
it.
couch
This
was
the
right
studio.
here. The host sat right here. And a 30-minute production.
Any of those
occurred
tapes
right here.
exist?
I'm sure they don't, because none of it was taped.
You didn't tape it.
We were graded on the spot
Yeah.
with our 1962 Channel 8 cameras. 2 of them.
Wow.
Right here, right there. Yeah. It's good to know that this room is being put to much better use than Garbage production.
Instead of Garbage, has been upgraded.
It's now NTTV. Huge upgrade.
But yeah, this was basically how it was, this part of it, where we did the football show. And it would just be me and another guy in that room. Or I may have been out here working cameras and giving Bill time cues, I think. I think I worked both cameras. Very bare bones.
But
With the,
you know what? Great.
but I learned how to work a camera,
Great
learned how to white
preparation.
balance, learned all that stuff. And
Every single thing that's ever happened in my career is a direct result of North Texas.
Yeah, there's no
and
doubt.
in particular of Bill Mercer and Clay Kistler.
yeah, Yeah, Bill was always
not
so good
all
as
of them.
encouraging. Hey, try, send him a tape or give him a phone call. And worst they can tell you is no. And a lot of times Bill would call ahead and, recommend you and things like that.
Yeah.
And he was so respected.
In this case, it was Dr. were
And how old were you when were you the first radio announcer for the Mavericks?
Second.
80?
Mark Holtz had done the first
Mark
year.
Holtz, that's right.
And then switched to the Rangers, and I was 23.
23, the voice of the
I
Dallas
was
Mavericks.
2 years removed from school.
Wow. I told you before, the Moody Madness game, I listened to because I don't think that game was on regular TV. It was on pay-per-view.
Got to foul him, got to foul. Blackman with the steal. Blackman, yes! It's a 2-point game.
All 15 minutes of the
How much
false
time's
ending
left
and
on
then
the
the real
clock?
ending.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Still, when people ask what my most memorable game ever was, that's at the top of the list.
Yeah.
And now I have to explain the circumstances around it because fewer and fewer people, when you just say Moody Madness, know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So I have to explain they moved from Reunion Arena to Moody Coliseum at SMU because of a tennis tournament, and their heads explode right there. They can't relate to any
you
of the
imagine
rest
that?
of the story.
Wait a minute, what now? You had to move to Moody?
For tennis? But the best part of the story is I found out later that as the tennis tournament is going on and Jimmy Connors was playing somebody, fans in Reunion Arena were listening to the Mavericks.
Despite the intensity on the court, the audience was distracted. The Dallas Mavericks were playing across town in their first NBA playoff series, and the crowd kept its ears on the radio and its minds on basketball.
And Jimmy Connors knew what was going on. At one point, he was, during a switchover, going and sitting in the stands and borrowing.
Jimmy Connors was
and
listening to your
in,
call.
and just
I was the
rather
only
than
one
fight
doing
it,
Yeah.
you could turn it into
Sure.
a classic Jimmy
Kinda go
Connors
with it.
tantrum, and instead he went with it.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
That's cool.
found that out later. So
See, to me, that's kind of like Lost. That's why I always loved Lost, how your lives kind of go intertwine. And then if you had told me then that someday we'd be friends and I would do North Texas and then you would do North Texas, I would have believed it.
Which one of
Never
us
would've
would be
believed
one of the others?
Hank and Capper would be the others.